LivinLargeLarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana for the show here. All kinds of blinds and billings, all kinds of blinds, nt.com, starting off at 55 degrees and 84. Should be nice and sunny today, maybe some afternoon thunderstorms. And we have a complete detailed forecast. And the Billings Morning News coming up. LivinLargeLarry.com live on YouTube this morning, the TuneIn smartphone app. It is remodeling time in your home or your office, and the windows are the most aesthetically pleasing area people look. The most important part of your home are your windows and your window treatments. All kinds of blinds and buildings, all kinds of blindsmt.com, the cellular blinds, the woven woods are available. Mini blinds of all sizes and styles and models. Talk to Bobby Gray at All Kinds of Blinds and ask about their security window film as well. All kinds of blinds and buildings. All kinds of blindsmt.com. So much needed relief this weekend. We're looking for another dose of chill, if you will, at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, suite number 4. My wife and I pretty much, for the most part, go together each time. And we make it a duo-freeze weekend. Make sure you ask about the duo-free Tuesdays at N2 Cryotherapy for arthritis. If you're an athlete and you've got the aches and pains of working out and you've got a big track meet coming up or a baseball tryout, give N2 Cryotherapy a try at N2Cryo.com. Log on, very user-friendly website. Learn more about cryotherapy as an industry, and in particular N2 Cryotherapy in Billings at 805 24th Street West, suite number 4. Also Saturday hours till 2 p.m. It seems everywhere you look there's values, there's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get Hometown Values. Get it? Well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of the magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North, then right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company, you are just a number. You're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
All kinds of blinds and billings, all kinds of blinds, nt.com, and billings 55, starting off with.
Weather sponsor on the show, Livin Large Larry Live, and LivinLargeLarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company in Billings, locally owned across from Shopco. Top Sandwich Company, their patio is open, and it's probably the most shaded patio outdoor dining in
Billings. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko. Check them out. Nice forecast. Still the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening thunder showers. We experienced one of those, a couple of those on Monday afternoon from Laurel through West Billings, up in Billings Heights to some extent, and out towards Wyoming as well. That'll continue each late afternoon and evening. But temperatures all week long through at least Friday, 75 to 85. A nice range of temperatures forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Check an extended look. Click on the weather tab. Meantime, it's brought to you by Top Sandwich Company. Free delivery, even one sandwich. Call them up. Check them out. Ask them. Challenge them. Top Sandwich Company. Free delivery. Ask about their catering program as well. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings. So it should be around 84 for a high this afternoon. Not too bad. Cavs and Warriors still going at it. Great game on Monday night. Billings Morning News, first glance at it coming up. LivinLargeLarry.com. There's a new real estate agent in your neighborhood, Amber Gustavus with Central 21 Hometown Brokers. Call Amber for a free market analysis, 406-690-5902. Amber Gustavus with Central 21 Hometown Brokers.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
What is going on around town? Courtesy of Bighorn Inspection. BighornInspection.com. Petrochemical and refining inspection. BighornInspection.com. There's a rangeland seminar. Farmers, ranchers. That seminar is in Billings this afternoon. Tales of Steve Lackman coming up here at LivinLargeLarry.com. The Redline Computer Studios across from Goodwill in West Billings. Glad you're here. Checking us out on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app. Appreciate that worldwide audience. News from the Billings Extreme Outdoor Semi-Pro Football, and home turf is Davis Wendy's Field in Billings, BillingsExtreme.com, XTREME. Check them out on Facebook as well. As we gather for sourcing for our news stories here in the show from KTVQ.com, Colorway.com, and the Billings Gazette. A Huntley man was injured after being pinned under a pickup. He was working on Monday night. Emergency crews responded to a home west of Huntley, about 22 miles from Billings, on Chicago Road, about 10:30 on Monday night. The middle-aged man, identified by his father as Scott Cohn, was taking tires off his pickup. The jack stands dug into the dirt and gravel due to the wet weather. The pickup rolled forward, pinning Cohn's chest and abdomen. Cohn's son was helping his father at the time of the accident and rushed inside the house to find his grandfather Tom Cohn. A few minutes later, the two were able to move the pickup off of Cohn, and AMR loaded the victim of the ambulance. It's unknown the severity of his injuries at this time. Tom Cohn said he believes his son Scott was underneath with roughly 1,000 pounds of weight from the truck and spare tire. Freak accident. A three-vehicle crash at the intersection of 19th Street West and Lewis Avenue shut down traffic on both streets just before 5 p.m. Monday afternoon, right before rush hour. The crash involving a Ford Mustang, Dodge pickup, and a Subaru wagon occurred in the intersection, which is a four-way stop. Witnesses said that the male driver of the Mustang was traveling east on Lewis at a high speed, did not stop at the four-way stop there. The Mustang struck the pickup, northbound pickup on 19th, which then spun into the southbound Subaru. The male driver of the Mustang was transported to a Billings hospital with unknown injuries. The drivers of the other two vehicles were not injured in the crash. And a small earthquake shook an area in southwest Montana early on Monday morning. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the 4.3 magnitude earthquake occurred at about 6:14 a.m. Monday morning in a remote area about 32 miles west of West Yellowstone. The earthquake was recorded at a depth of 6.2 miles. There have been reports of injuries or damage in that earthquake. And gas prices in Billings are on the rise. According to gasoline price website GasBuddy.com, the average cost of gas in Billings has risen 0.7 cents in the past week. That means the average to about $2.28 per gallon. As of Sunday, that's still below the national average of $2.38 a gallon. Gas Buddy data. Prices in Billings, Sunday were about 45 cents per gallon lower than the same day 1 year ago, and about 11 cents per gallon higher than 1 month ago. The average price of gallon gas is currently 2.29 cents a gallon in Montana and 2.26 a gallon in Wyoming. First glance, Billings Morning News for you. Billings Morning News from the Billings Extreme, BillingsExtreme.com, XTREME, semi-pro outdoor football this summer in Billings. BillingsExtreme.com on Facebook as well. Talk with Steve Lackman about the Rangeland Seminar, Farmers and Ranchers, coming up on Tuesday afternoon. That's on the way here at LivinLargeLarry.com. From the Red Line Computer Studios, off of King and 29th Street West in West Billings. Red Line Computer Studios. All kinds of blinds in Billings this morning. All kinds of blinds, MT.com. Quick temperature check from 55.
Jay Johansson, the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue.
655-3668, Larry. And I tell you what, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm here to lay it out. Truth is the truth, and I got to come clean with everything.
All right.
You've heard me on the radio.
Yeah.
Doing my thing for 4 or 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
The Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue, 655-3668. That's my phone number.
Yeah.
Larry?
Yes, sir.
We're number one.
I know, you're number one.
We're number one. We're the number one shoe store in Billings. If you want great customer service, if you want someone that's going to care how you feel, not next month, but in 3 months, you need to come to 3839 Grand Avenue, the Athlete's Foot, for top quality customer service. Larry, you know what we're going to actually do?
What's that?
You know what we're going to actually do?
Yeah,
I'm going to measure your foot. Yeah, I'm going to do something really crazy.
All right, yeah, crazy.
I'm not going to ask somebody those shoe sizes. I'm going to measure their feet. And then we're going to use the fit-print technology. We're going to take the human element completely out of it, see what kind of foot you got, and put the exact kind of shoes on your feet that you need. And not only that, Livin Large Larry, the best on the radio, we also got the Jordans. And I'm not talking the black and white Jordans that every shoe shop's got. I'm talking about the Jordans that everyone's waiting to get. In my store, right now, in my case, are the French Blue 12s that don't release until next week, and I got 72 pairs of them.
My notes say you're the Jordan expert.
I had to come clean.
The Athlete's Foot Billings on Facebook.
The Athlete's Foot Billings MT. Check us out. Peace.
3839 Grand Avenue, Billings. The Athlete's Foot.
Probably time for your 6-week haircut, right? Trained professionals and his barbershops all over the place, but if you want trained professionals and work done right, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, Main Billings Heights. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 10 minutes, $10 haircuts, and other services as well. For Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights, and a proud major sponsor of the 2016 Billings Wolves, Jim and Austin's Barbershop. It seems everywhere you look, there's values, there's coupons for this, coupons for that. But if you want the true value, get Hometown Values. Get it? Well, it's mailed to your home. Thousands get the Hometown Values magazine, and it is the real size of the magazine. It's not the size of the palm of your hand. And look through it. Practical items, Hometown Values for each section of our area. Hometown Values, Billings and Laurel. It's probably on your counter right now, by the way, or your mailbox. Log on to myhometownvalues.com. Kelly's Massage Therapy has moved. Bigger, brighter location, 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. Kelly's Massage Therapy. For the whole month of June, since it's a busy wedding month, she wants to try and push the body wrapping. So here we go. The Beauty Mineral Body Wraps helps detoxify, shrink wrinkle sites, rejuvenate the skin, and help shrink skin cells. So because it helps shrink skin cells, you get about 1/2 to 1.5 inches off of any part of any body she wraps. So check it out. Body wrapping can give brides not only that little bit, but also the glowing soft skin along with the peace of mind to look fabulous for the perfect day, their wedding day. Here are the price points. He wants to offer the body wraps all month of June long at $140 for a full body procedure. It's normally $175 with Carrie's Massage Therapy. So $140 the entire month of June, again, normally would cost you $175. This is not a walk-in service because it's a lot of prep work and calls go out that morning to confirm an appointment. She also wants to run a small little massage special for you all month. Get $10 off any 30, 60, or 90-minute massage at Kelly's Massage Therapy for the month of June. 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. It is Kelly's Massage Therapy. Redline Computer Studios is where our broadcast takes place. West Billings, Montana. We're just across the street from Goodwill in Billings' worldwide audience. Check us out on YouTube, the TuneIn smartphone app, all at livinlargelarry.com.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Well, this morning, our temperature's pretty nice, leading into a nice sunny day in Billings, Montana. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com. This morning starting off at 55 degrees.
Weather sponsor on the show, Livin Large Larry Live at livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company in Billings, locally owned across from Shopco. Top Sandwich Company, their patio is open. It is probably the most shaded patio outdoor dining in Billings. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco. Check them out. Nice forecast. Still the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening thunder showers. We experienced one of those, a couple of those on Monday afternoon from Laurel through West Billings, up in Billings Heights to some extent, and out towards Wyoming as well. That'll continue each late afternoon and evening, but temperatures all week long through at least Friday, 75 to 85. A nice range of temperatures forecast at livinlargelarry.com. Check an extended look. Click on the weather tab. Meantime, it's brought to you by Top Sandwich Company. Free delivery, even one sandwich. Call them up, check them out, ask them, challenge them. Top Sandwich Company, free delivery. Ask about their catering program as well. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings.
All kinds of blinds, MT.com, sailor blinds, looking for vertical blinds or those woven woods. So if you have an idea how to dress up your window, but you need the experts, then talk to All Kinds of Blinds. And for security window film, All Kinds of Blinds has that for you as well. All Kinds of Blinds and Billings, All Kinds of Blinds, MT.com. And they have a great service area around the metropolitan area of Billings, Montana too. All Kinds of Blinds, MT.com. If you have not tried cryotherapy, then in Billings you can now since last July. Cindy Grant from their staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4. If you're in the athlete or if you just work out, if you're elderly and have aches and pains, try cryotherapy. If you're logging into the website, you'll learn a lot about what cryotherapy is all about and how it can help you as well. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, N2cryo.com. If you are interested in real estate, learning the current value of your home or property, then call Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers for a free market analysis. Amber Gustanis, Century 21 Hometown Brokers, 406-690-5902.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124, and you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North, then right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company, you are just a number. You're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage.
Agricultural agent Steve Lackman with this Rangeland Pasture Workshop. And by the way, hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, 1 to 5 tomorrow, Rangeland Pasture Workshop, and talk about the topics that are coming up during the workshop tomorrow.
Well, we've got Dr. Emily Blank, the 4-H specialist from Montana State University in Bozeman, coming down, and we have the beef cattle specialist,
Dr. Livin coming in from Miles City, and we're going to talk about introduced grasses and pasture management, and we're going to do some hands-on work out at the Becker Farm on South Plains Boulevard, out past the Briarwood Golf Course at mile marker 9, and we will be looking at grasses of different kinds and talking about the importance to livestock and how to raise the proper types of grasses.
All right, agricultural agent Steve Lackman with his Rangeland Pasture Workshop, again, is coming up June 14th, 1 to 5 p.m. How should people dress? Jeans, boots?
Just some jeans and some boots, and probably bring a lawn chair. It might be a little warm out there. Maybe a little bit of sunscreen would be in order. I'll try to bring a little cooler with some water for people, and it should be a pretty interesting afternoon for everybody.
All right, talk about some of the topics and why the Rangeland Pasture Workshop is so important to our area, Steve.
Well, a lot of times people that plant grass don't know what types of grass to plant and what should be planted to provide optimum profits and nutrition for their cattle. And so these young ladies will help us out with that and give us all the information we need to know. We're going to be getting into more than anything else our dryland forages and the type of forages that produce the most forage in this area.
Give us the location of Becker Farm and how people can easily get there for the workshop 1 to 5 on Tuesday.
Well, the easiest way is to take the South Plains Boulevard. That's the one off of the interstate there by Cabela's, and head south out past Briarwood Golf Course. And then you hit mile marker 9, you will be on the corner of Blue Creek Road and Cormier Road, and that's exactly where we're going to be.
So tomorrow morning, on Tuesday morning, can people call with questions and before the workshop, the Rangeland Pasture Workshop, and then maybe make plans to attend tomorrow afternoon?
Well, absolutely. You can call our office at 256-2828, or you can also look us up on Facebook. That's MSU Extension, Yellowstone County, and it will explain it pretty well right there.
All right, Steve Lackman with this Rangeland Pasture Workshop, and starts about 1 o'clock, goes to about 5 on Tuesday. Thanks, sir, for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Livin Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com from Redline Computer Studios in West Billings. And Billings Extreme Minor League Football. They're moving on to the playoffs. Victorious over Rupert, Idaho this past weekend at Davis in Billings. And off to Great Falls next to talk with head coach Ken Blankenship on the way. livinlargelarry.com. All kinds of blinds in Billings. All kinds of blinds MT.com. 56 right now, 84 sunny in Billings this afternoon. Jay Johansson with us, the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue in Billings. The Athlete's Foot, Jay.
We also got the Jordans. I'm talking about the Jordans that everyone's waiting to get. In my store right now, in my case, are the French Blue 12s.
Jay, the Athlete's Foot in Billings is the Jordan King.
Oh, yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. I was just telling another one of your friends that not only we're a hip store that services the community. You got that?
Yeah.
We're a hip, family-owned shoe store that if you just need great shoes, come see us. If you need the best shoes, come see us. If you need the shoes no one else has, and I'm talking no one living large, Larry, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm talking no one in Billings. I'm talking no one in Denver, no one in Minneapolis, no one in Seattle. We got it because my big brother, my owner, Intersport, check them out, largest sporting good company store in the world. They got us the account. We're number one.
I wear the books. I wear the Jordan. My family shops the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue. Jay, thank you very much, sir.
Hey, living large, Larry, keep it up. You need great shoes, you know where to come. 3839 Grand Avenue, the Athlete's Foot.
And the Athlete's Foot on Facebook, too. Don't forget about Facebook. The Athlete's Foot on Facebook.
The Athlete's Foot, Billings MT. Check us out. Peace. A
good friend Mark Wotan at Rimrock Flooring has his spring sale going on right now. over there off of Central Avenue. Rimrock Flooring, MT.com. Smart Strand Forever Clean, the world's toughest carpet. Check it out in the showroom of Rimrock Flooring. 10 to 60% off. Their one-year anniversary sale going on right now as they're into the second year of business. And is also their spring sale at Rimrock Flooring, rimrockflooringmt.com. The promise from Brown's Automotive in Billings to continue communications. It's been happening for over 60 years in Billings. Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater. Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th in Billings. 2 downtown locations of Brown's Automotive, the Automatic Transmission Company, 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center downtown, 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive, brownsauto.billings.com.
Call or email your Livin Large Larry Live show ideas. Larry at livinlargelarry.com and 1-888-858-1408.
Talk with Coach Ken Blankenship, Billings Extreme Minor League Football. Also, we'll revisit with Renette Renda with Motivate Me. And in December time in Billings, Montana. Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, livinlargelarry.com. Our replay sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North, then right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company, you are just a number. You're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage.
Head guy, head coach of the Billings Extreme, as an Xtreme, Coach Ken Blankenship with us. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Larry, how you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Getting set for the weekend. So, tough loss in Great Falls. Some injuries, I understand, last weekend.
Yeah, we were missing some of our starters, and then we ended up losing a couple of guys to injury, but we're gonna rebound from it. We'll be all right.
You'll bounce back, and I mean, with football comes injuries, and the first part of the season. I'm sure that as a longtime Hall of Fame coach, you know that comes with the territory. How's the season been going so far? Your first year back at Dalis Field in Billings.
Well, it's going good. We're sitting in a good spot for the playoffs, and looks like we'll probably host if we win out, which I think we will. We've got one long trip this weekend going down to Salt Lake City, and then we're home for the last 2 games. So, and we've already pretty much dominated the other 2 teams that we're playing at home, and the team that we're playing down there, depending on, we'll see how they travel. But, it's a crapshoot. We're both traveling to Salt Lake for our Stars and Stripes Academy big game of the Army Fellows. We'll see how it goes, but I think we'll win out, and then we're sitting at 6-2 on the season, and then we'll host at least one home game, so I'm kind of excited about that.
And when you guys play home games in Billings, Dalis Wendy's Field, what a nice facility, huh?
Oh, it's great, especially since they put the new lights in. Holy smoke, we can actually see it like daytime out there.
What's been the reception of fans with Billings Extreme in Billings, and even on the road? You guys, it sounded like the Billings Extreme came into the league a little bit later than other teams. Was that a surprise to some of the away games?
Yeah, it was. We actually made the decision the day before the actual league meeting, and then we made the trip down the following day. We made the trip down and met up with the rest of the owners and teams, and the good thing is that it gave everybody in Montana an extra short game, so we didn't have to travel so much to Idaho and into Salt Lake City. We only have one trip out of state this year, so that was pretty nice.
Are you getting some good backing from fans and some from merchants alike here in Billings?
Yeah. Our sponsorships were pretty good this year, and considering that there's a lot of additional sports here.
Right.
There's another football team, plus there's every other sport you can imagine. The kids are running around to all of these businesses, and it gets kind of taxing on those businesses. I understand that, but yeah, we've had pretty good support in the sponsorship side of it. As far as the fans go, a lot of people still don't know we're here, and we appreciate the media outlets that have been covering us and helping us out. We appreciate what you do for us as well, and we have our fan base is growing. I think these last two
home games, which will be night games or 7 p.m. kickoffs, I think they might be a little better for us, but only time will tell.
You got some TV coverage, last weekend, the weekend before?
Yeah, we were excited about that, so it was good.
Anybody stand out on your team? There's probably more than one. I mean, it's a team effort, but who stands out on offense and defense for the Billings Extreme?
You know, right now we've got one of the leading receivers in the league, Ryan Frank. He's been killing it. You know, he's caught a lot of balls for touchdowns, and he's doing real well. We've got our running back DJ. You know, we're averaging about 110 yards a game on the ground.
Right, that's nice. Yeah.
So that helps us a little bit, but DJ Burgeon is one of our guys, and it's really standing out. And then of course we have on defense, we have Tusiao Mai, who is one of our defensive ends, and Chad Hoffman. Although Chad's been a little bit injured this year, he's missed a few games due to a high ankle sprain. But our good friend over at the Into Cryotherapy, Cindy, is doing a great job keeping our guys, getting our guys healthy, and our good friend over at Pickard Chiropractic, Joe Pickard, he's been doing a great job with our guys as well. So, our injuries are nagging little injuries, so nothing super major, but anyway, so we have a few standouts on defense. We've got one of the big guys is Eric Rosas. He's our free safety, and he's just not throwing the ball on him. So he's definitely our no-fly guy. So
kind of a sad story right before the season started, and all I have to say is this, and you can comment on it if you would. Hashtag number 29.
Yeah, Mario. He was involved in a pretty bad rollover accident, and he got thrown out of the vehicle, and he suffered a pretty bad head injury, and he's in Colorado right now going through therapy. So he was going to, he's one of our defensive backs from the last 2 years, and it happened, and we try to show a lot of support for him and his family, and with him being in Colorado, he's one of our honorary captains. We carry his jersey out every coin toss.
Yeah, I see. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we still think about him daily, and we love him. We're hoping that he gets better soon. He's at least conscious now, and he's getting there, but he still doesn't have all of his capacities, and it's going to be a long road for him. But we're hopeful that he, thank God he has his life. Football's a secondary thing, So
and a tough kid, Mario.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Ken Blankenship, Billings Extreme. Find him on Facebook, BillingsExtreme.com, spelled Xtreme. Cool. Ken, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Mark. We'll talk to you soon.
All kinds of blinds and Billings, all kinds of blinds, MT.com. Nice morning, 56 in Billings, Montana. Expanded forecast. You can log on to livinmontana.com. Click on the weather tab there, courtesy of all kinds of blinds in Billings. And what is going on around town, courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Relay for Life team meeting, final one before the July 8th Relay for Life for Yellowstone County, the 8th largest Relay for Life event in the world in Billings, Montana, on July 8th. Relay for Life, Yellowstone County. The next team meeting, the final one, June 16th, coming up on Thursday. Mansfield City, downtown Billings, 2900 12th Avenue North, and maybe about 5:30 or so for that. A Relay for Life fundraiser coming up June 24th and June 25th. New to You Jewelry Plus sale out of Hardin. 100% of the proceeds go towards the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life. That event coming up June 24th and 25th in Hardin. It is the summer lunch program kicking off on June 15th. It's many parks around Billings from noon to 1 Monday through Friday. Pioneer Park, Central Park, North Park, Castle Rock, Crow Arrowhead, Glen, and South Park. Noon to 1. Free for the kids. If you're over 18, it'll cost you $375. Last year they served 43,000 meals between June and August when school let out through a good part of the summer with the Summer Reach program, also the YMCA, as the Reach program beginning on July 5th. That'll go through August 5th as well. June 25th, June 26th in Absorky, the annual Montana Barbecue Cook-Off with, of course, barbecue and bands and music all day and food. Usually it's pretty decent weather. We've lucked out 14 years, 14th annual Montana Barbecue Cook-Off. We Are Smoking is the theme this year in Absorky, June 25th and June 26th. There's over $12,000 in prizes for the barbecue competition. Luminaria Ceremony for Relief for Life, an important part of the events, and this year's Luminaria co-chairs are doing everything they can to increase exposure and awareness to honor those who have been touched by cancer. If you'd like to purchase a luminary for the Yellowstone County Relief for Life on July 8th, then it's not too late. You can do so. You can stop by the American Cancer Society, 1903 Central Avenue, and take care of that. Luminaria bags are $10 each, and the luminaria with photos are $25 each on that. Look at what's going on around town. It is brought to you by Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection, BighornInspection.com. From the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Livin Large Larry Live at LivinLargeLarry.com. On YouTube this morning, the TuneIn smartphone app. Carrie's Massage Therapy has moved. Bigger, brighter location, 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. Carrie's Massage Therapy for the whole month of June. Since it's a busy wedding month, she wants to try and push the body wrapping. So here we go. The Beauty Mineral Body Wraps helps detoxify, shrink wrinkle sites, rejuvenate the skin, and help shrink skin cells. So because it helps shrink skin cells, you just get about 1/2 to 1.5 inches off of any part of any body she wraps. So check it out. Body wrapping can give brides not only that little bit, but also the glowing, soft skin along with the peace of mind to look fabulous for the perfect day, their wedding day. Here are the price points. He wants to offer the body wraps all month of June long at $140 for a full body procedure. It's normally $175 with Carrie's Massage Therapy. So $140 the entire month of June. Again, we've got you $175. This is not a walk-in service because it's a lot of prep work and calls go out that morning to confirm an appointment. She also wants to run a smaller massage special for you all month. Get $10 off any 30, 60, or 90-minute massage at Carrie's Massage Therapy for the month of June. 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. It is Carrie's Massage Therapy.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
N2 Cryotherapy Day today with Cindy Graff from N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West. Talk with Cindy. Revisits talking about Flex. Someone else Renda Motivate Me coming up. Redline Computer Studios in West Billings. Nice weather all week long in Billings.
Weather sponsor on the show, Livin Large Larry Live at LivinLargeLarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company in Billings, locally owned across from Shopco. Top Sandwich Company, the patio is open, and it's probably the most shaded patio outdoor dining in Billings. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco. Check them out. Nice forecast. Still the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening thunder showers. We experienced one of those, a couple of those on Monday afternoon from Laurel through West Billings, up in Billings Heights to some extent, and out towards Wyoming as well. That'll continue each late afternoon and evening, but temperatures all week long through at least Friday, 75 to 85. A nice range of temperatures forecast at LivinLargeLarry.com. Check an extended look. Click on the weather tab. Meantime, it's brought to you by Top Sandwich Company. Free delivery, even one sandwich. Call them up. Check them out. Ask them. Challenge them.
Top Sandwich Company, free delivery. Ask about their catering program as well. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopco in Billings. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds, mt.com. Quick temperature check, sunny 56 in Billings, Montana. We're on YouTube this morning live. That's the podcast just a little bit here. And the TuneIn smartphone app is what we use. It's a free download app for your smartphones, Droids, and iPhones. If you are interested in real estate, learning the current value of your home or property, then call Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers for a free market analysis. Amber Gustanis, Century 21 Hometown Brokers, 406-690-5902. What a great NBA game last night. Finals still going on. Warriors and the Cavs and heading back to Cleveland. The finals are not final yet. 112-97. Cavs over the Warriors on Monday night.
Livin Large Larry live.
Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown.
Livin Large Larry.
Hey, Lynette Renda.
This is Livin Large Lynette.
Livin Large Lynette. The L's win. How are you doing these days?
I am doing great. I mean, it's just an amazing journey we're on, and we're on state 16 out of 50, and we're having a blast.
All right, so let's have you give us a background of what is Lynette Renda all about, where you're from, and what do you do and all that.
Well, I'm the podcast host of a show called Motivate Me with Lynette Renda, which is, a podcast on iTunes.
Right, yeah.
I am from the Jersey Shore. I am a newly resigned, not retired, teacher, and I was a high school English teacher, and I'm just all about interviewing people who have incorporated passions into their lives in order to inspire my audience to do the same.
I know Chelsea Rathy, and if I'm not mistaken, she did backpacks for kids here in Billings. How did you team up with Chelsea?
Okay, that is a really funny story because I have two crew members. One is Chelsea Rathy, and Chelsea is my assistant, and she's my social marketer. And we're actually at St. Vincent de Paul's right now. That's where I'm speaking to you from.
Cool.
Where we just interviewed people here, the director and the volunteer coordinator. And I just got the whole rundown, saw pictures and everything of the backpacks that Chelsea did raise funds for. So it was pretty cool. But we met online. I actually used the internet for purposes that it should be used for, right? Finding people and networking and creating partners. So I hired Chelsea as my assistant and social marketer, and then I seeked out a photographer and cinematographer. So I also have Cassie Hunter on my staff, who is from Louisiana and lives and works out of LA.
So talk about Motivate Me. What exactly is Motivate Me, and how can you motivate all of us to get involved with this?
The whole point of Motivate Me is to listen to the show and hear how people are changing their lives so that you can make your life more meaningful, more exciting, and, people, my guests, talk about the tools that they use, they give resources, and they share their experiences, because what happens is that my audience then is thinking, wow, look at what all of these people are doing. And some people have to, they take a full leap and change careers, but other people don't. They just add something to their lives. So let's say, for example, I interviewed one woman who is a high school teacher, and what she did was, at 30, took her first dance lesson for flamenco. And now she is not only still a teacher, but she's also a troupe member for a dance troupe doing flamenco dance lessons. And it just opened up her life. She is so excited by what she's doing. And it's really, for me, just about helping people love their lives more and live large, because that truly is, Larry, what I'm about.
Perfect.
Live large, live a little bit.
Well, you're helping people find their true passions, it sounds like to me, through Motivate Me.
That's the goal. That is my goal. And we're on this 50-state tour. We're interviewing people in each of the 50 states. And sometimes we interview 2 people. Other times we interview 4 or 5 people.
Well, I see that you talked with Dan Carpenter from the Buffalo Bills. You guys were at Churchill Downs. What a great tour you guys are on.
Yes, well, Dan Carpenter was our first interview. We kicked off the tour for him. And something else I'm doing to be a role model for my audience is stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing something that I have never done before in each state. So in New York, Dan Carpenter taught me how to kick a football.
Oh, nice.
In Indiana, I was herding sheep with a border collie. We were in the garage at the Indy Speedway 500 for the upcoming race. We were in the garage of Stephon Wilson, who will be racing coming up. He's number 25. We were standing on the Walk of Brick. We were at Wrigley Field. I got to go to a Cubs game. So, I mean, listen, I'm no spring chicken over here, Larry. But I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone to show people how awesome, life can be. You can create your own life. Just do it.
My wife and I went to Churchill Downs about 5 years ago, and it was a lifelong dream. Of course, not to race, but just to be at Churchill Downs. So that was definitely off our bucket list.
And we were there too. We were at Churchill Downs. We went 2 days after the Derby, and they escorted us into the museum. We interviewed 2 people who worked there. It was awesome. It's just been amazing. In 16 days, what we've accomplished has been absolutely amazing.
So for Eastern Montana and Northern Wyoming listeners to this station, KGHL, how do you motivate me? How can they get involved with your podcast and follow you on your podcast for Motivate Me as you guys tour?
Well, I would say, number one, they can go to the website because it's going to have anything else they need there, which is motivatemepodcast.com. But they can tweet us at Motivate Podcast. They can go on our Facebook page, which is Motivate Me with Lynette Renda. And what we would love to do is have people email us or tweet us so we can connect with them. And when we're in the car for long periods of time, I'd like to do a podcast with people right over Skype from the car because I'm airing 7 days a week from the road something about whatever we're doing. So if people reach out to us and we can get them on Skype and record it right in the car, then they will be on the show the next day. I would love to talk to anybody about their passion so that they can inspire other people to live life and enjoy it like they are.
Well, that's cool. Motivate Me, and give out the contact details for the podcast again so people can jot it down a little bit.
Okay, you can go to iTunes and just search Motivate Me with Lynette Renda. You can also email me at Lynette@motivatemepodcast.com. You can go to my website, motivatemepodcast.com. You can tweet us at Motivate Podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram at Motivate Me with Lynette Renda.
Well, you guys are busy traveling. I can tell you having almost way too much fun, but give us one final comment, if you would, please, Lynette.
One final comment from me would be, to thine own self be true. And whatever that means to you, just enjoy your life. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks, because if you do you, everybody else will start doing them. And that's it.
Wow, telling. Lynette Renda. Motivate Me. Good stuff. Thanks for the information and the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Larry. I appreciate you having us on your show.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
We're broadcasting from the Redline Computer Studios in Billings, Montana, West Billings, off of King and 29th Street West. Across from Goodwill, it's a gigantic wave car wash, Redline Computers. Nice morning. This will be a beautiful week weather-wise. All kinds of blinds in Billings, all kinds of blinds. MT.com quick temperature check at livinlargeland.com is 56, sunny this morning. Just before news here. News from the Billings Extreme Outdoor Semi-Pro Football, and home turf is Davis Wendy's Field in Billings, BillingsExtreme.com, XTREME. Check them out on Facebook as well. As we gather for sourcing for our news stories here on the show from KTVQ.com, Colorway.com, and the Billings Gazette. Several people were injured and one person had to be rescued after a tornado destroyed several homes and damaged a dozen others on Saturday night in Baker in eastern Montana. National Weather Service meteorologist Wright Dobbs says it happened around 7 p.m. Authorities say everyone in town in Baker, population 1,900, have been located. A deadly and degenerative disease is threatening wildlife around Jackson Hole and Cody. Chronic wasting disease has been detected for the first time in a Star Valley mule deer, and 2 doe mule deer near Cody tested positive in April. The Yellowstone County Sheriff's Office has found all of the people who fell out of a raft on the Yellowstone River. Sheriff Mike Linder confirmed on Saturday that the final missing person had been in the water, but was safe. The Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes have drafted legislation for returning the National Bison Range to federal trust ownership. The agreement comes after a lawsuit was filed challenging the transfer of the lands and federal control of the bison. Saying more research is needed, a Bison Range Working Group has been formed to work on the project. Officials say no damage has been reported following a 4.3 magnitude earthquake on Monday morning in a lightly populated area in western Montana just north of the Idaho border in West Yellowstone. The West Yellowstone Police Department in Montana and the Fremont County Sheriff's Office in Idaho say no calls have come in following the trembler that the U.S. Geological Survey says occurred at about 5:15 Monday morning near Red Rock Lakes National Wildlife Refuge. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks looking for hunter and bow hunter education instructors to meet student demand. Wildlife officials are particularly interested in finding female instructors as there's a growing interest among female hunters. Fish, Wildlife, and Parks has about 1,400 instructors and 500 bow hunter instructors. Students in hunter education classes have grown from about 6,500 in 2007 to a high of more than 8,400 in 2013. Following the announcement that the VA Montana director is resigning, Senator Steve Daines and Representative Brian Zinke sent a letter Thursday morning to Secretary Bob McDonald of the Department of Veterans Affairs asking him to prioritize finding a replacement. Montana's Secretary of State and Chief Elections Officer Linda McCullough has thanked both county election officials and county election workers for ensuring the success of Montana's 2016 primary election last week. The latest 2016 primary election results are available on the Secretary of State's website at sos.mt.gov. The Bozeman School Board is set to debate and vote on Monday night on an advisory committee's recommendation. It's time to split Bozeman High School in two and build the city's second high school. The decision on a second high school in Bozeman will be on the agenda for a vote when the board meets at 6 p.m. in Wilson School in Bozeman. Billings Morning News from the Billings Extreme, BillingsExtreme.com, XTREME, semi-pro outdoor football this summer in Billings. BillingsExtreme.com on Facebook as well. Cindy Graff from N2 Cryotherapy coming up from LivinLargeLive.com from Redline Computer Studios on the TuneIn smartphone app and live on YouTube. Couponing is back, and how would you like to look at a coupon magazine that's larger than the palm of your hands? Real-sized Hometown Values coupon magazine. There's one built and issue out for your area in and around Billings and Laurel. Hometown Values, shop the original. Inside, practical couponing. Hometown Values, and log on to myhometownvalues.com. Check out the new Heights issue of Hometown Values. Probably time for your 6-week haircut, right? Trained professionals and these barbershops all over the place. But if you want trained professionals and work done right, Jim and Austin's Barbershop, Main Billings Heights. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 10 minutes, $10 haircuts, and other services as well. For Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights, and a proud major sponsor of the 2016 Billings Wolves, Jim and Austin's Barbershop.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Larry Live, LivinLargeLarry.com from Redline Computer Studios on YouTube. And we changed scenes. Your wave didn't get there. Cindy Graff is with us. Your mics are up, but hold on a second. Let me switch scenes here.
Okay, here we are.
We're live on YouTube. Computer room a bit slow, so I'll give you the cue. Oh, there you are. Hello, there you are.
Another day, another dollar, huh?
Right, Cindy Graff from N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, suite number 4. Did I see a picture on Facebook with you and Conrad Burns?
Yes, you did.
Well, that was a long time ago.
That was from 2008, and it was at the Yellowstone Art Museum's annual Halloween party.
That was a cool picture to see.
And I dressed up as Alice Cooper, and Conrad came in and made his appearance and stayed for a while there. We had a great time visiting with him, and it was just it's a great picture.
Yeah, and it's also a great loss. I was emceeing the Billings Wolves game at Room over the weekend. Get a moment of silence for Conrad Burns. And, I didn't have a speech, but I said things that came to my heart and to my head at the moment. And I said that he was a national man. He was a local man. Everybody knew Conrad Burns. Not just political circles in the nation.
No,
Even as a broadcaster, entrepreneur.
Get rid of that political part.
Right, yeah.
You know,
he's a great guy.
From his early days, wasn't he early days in radio?
Yeah, he was an ag broadcaster. I used to work with Conrad over at the 193 KBLG building back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
He would come into the little talk show. Yeah, he was a great guy. He would tell me countless times, just in conversation, he would say, because radio's a lot of fun. What we do in radio every day is a lot of fun. He said, and I was young in the business, this was back in the 90s, and he said countless times in many different ways, Larry, don't take radio too serious because you'll take all the fun out of it.
Exactly.
Just those small little words, and it stuck with me forever. Conrad Burns passed away last week, Wednesday, at the age of 81. Are you going to his memorial on Friday?
Yes.
Is that true?
I'm going to try, but now, however, knowing Conrad, he would want me to be at work and carrying on my business. So I may just go ahead and work and carry on my business. He was a great, he was so much for entrepreneurs and new businesses, and he always told me that whenever one of my ideas came to fruition, that it would be something.
Yeah.
So
great sense of humor, Conrad Burns.
Hilarious. Yeah. Just great to be around. And so I put that picture up when I heard he had passed away, because I have that framed, and it's one of my favorite memories.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, N2 Cryotherapy. I was in there this past Saturday, and I needed you badly.
Yes, you did. I could tell on your face.
Man, I was emceeing the walking events over at St. John's early in the morning, and it was cold and brisk and windy. And I was leaning over with my DJ equipment, and for 4 or 5 hours. And
you fell out of your truck.
Yeah, I fell out of my new truck. I know how to get in my new big, gigantic monster truck with the running boards, but getting out, I don't know.
I think you just slipped there because of the wetness and the moisture.
And 3 minutes in the chamber at N2 Cryotherapy, I got to say, spot on.
Yep.
No after effects the next day or anything.
Carry on the next, afterwards.
Yeah.
Carry on. Back to normal is what I say.
It was great. You came in this morning, and before we hit the mics live, you mentioned Flex account.
Yes.
N2 Cryotherapy?
Yes. What we're finding is, since we are in our EIN, which is our employer identification number for the Fed.
That's your business number?
Yeah. We're classified.
For the Feds.
Yeah, for the Feds.
I got one of those too for this, what I'm doing here. You're right.
Yeah, everybody has to have one if you're doing a business. And that's just the way it goes. You got to pay Caesar what Caesar, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we are classified, though. They classify you as a certain type of business. And so mine is classified under massage. So it's basically cold massage. All right, so anything that, if you have a Flex account or a health savings account, those accounts are for other medical or non-medical procedures or sessions or therapy or over-the-counter aspirin. That's what that money's for. You put that money away in there. Yeah, so you can use that now with cryotherapy sessions.
That's pretty cool.
Health savings account card seems to go right away, go right through, The Flex account, people usually need to take a receipt first.
Right.
and then talk to their
for reimbursement and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's another way for people to use that money that they put away, and then for alternative.
Yeah, for wellness. Cryotherapy
yes.
is wellness into cryotherapy, and I've done several times. Carrie, my wife, has gone more than me, but we find that it works. And
if your company that you work for offers one of those, I would suggest folks to put some money in there. It's tax-free money.
Right. Yep.
It goes in before taxes, and that way you can use it on your wellness, like you said. That's what that was set up for. That's what those kind of accounts are for. And a lot of us don't have insurance that covers everything, and of course insurance does not cover cryotherapy yet. So if you have one of those accounts, come on in, do your first session, I'll give you the receipt, or we can just try running your card right away.
Okay, awesome, very convenient. So remember your Flex accounts for cryotherapy, and log on to n2cryo.com. I mentioned earlier in the week, or late last week, about talking about cryotherapy and the fact that if you've got a baseball tryout coming up, and I say baseball tryouts not just for teenagers and young adults. I'm talking about the kids. If you bring your mom and dad in and you're going to make it a pain, even kids can do cryotherapy, correct?
They
Up to a certain age.
Yeah, 14 and over. With 14 and 15, we like to see either one of their trainers send
that makes sense.
Send a recommendation for icing, just so that we know they're injured. We would like to help them get over that injury and get back on the field, on the track, wherever their game may be. So, yes, 14 and up, and we have people 14 through 85.
And all sports, and we talked about the elderly last week, and how we have arthritis patients that come in religiously to enter cryotherapy.
Absolutely. 3 times a week I have members that have chronic pain that have signed up on our membership. They come in 3 to 4 times a week. If they come in 10 times, that makes it $29.90 a session. If they come in 15 times, it's $19.93 if you calculate it all out. So,
and keep in mind, this is not you go to the doctor, you sign in, you wait 15 minutes. This is literally you come in, you say hi to Cindy, you're back there. 3 minutes, you're out there in 10 minutes, you can be out of there.
So one appointment of 10 minutes total from the time you leave your car to the time you're heading out the door saying...
And I know that because I do it.
Yeah.
It literally is quick. It takes no time at all.
It's great because you can come in and out on your lunch hours. The students that are coming in between classes or on study halls or whatever, and I send them with the time they were there and a copy of their initial intake form, the front of it, to take back to their attendants.
Make it a routine. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, suite number 2.
We will, suite number 4.
Suite number 4?
Yeah, that's okay.
What did I say, suite number 2?
Yeah.
Well, they'll go next door and say, you're not cryotherapy.
That's all right. We're everybody along
Good
there,
catch.
you know where we are. But what is really nice is that we will accommodate people too, okay? So, like yesterday I had some folks that came in, three ladies came in from Bozeman. One lady had tried it in Las Vegas and loved it, so she brought her 2 friends over from Bozeman. And they needed to get back right away, but they wanted to do their 2 sessions because they came from out of town.
2 sessions like in one day?
Yes. And we allow that. We allow people from out of town, I want to make it worth their while. When they come to town for just, if they're coming to see me, especially, I want them to be able to do 2 sessions a day, and if they stay overnight, do 2 more before they leave, so that they can get that the pain pushed back as far as possible, and then it should last them a couple weeks before, or 3 or 4. The one lady that comes from Bozeman, it lasts her 3 to 4 weeks. So anyway, they came in and they needed to turn around and go back, so we can accommodate that. We'll get you right in and out. They went to lunch, came back, I stayed open on my break and accommodated them. Just let me know what you need.
That's awesome. Also, weekend hours on Saturday, which in my life, that's been really convenient for Carrie and I.
Right, 9 to 2 on Saturday, but we will expand that if necessary for folks. The
Just let
women's
you know.
run is coming up on this Saturday, isn't it?
The women's run is this Saturday. It is.
Yes.
Downtown Village, you're right.
Yes, and so if there's a need for folks that when they get done with that women's run and they want to come in and do a recovery session, I'll stay open late for you ladies.
Good point. That's the largest women's run in the region.
Yes.
It's taking over the largest women's run in the country, actually. It's huge.
It's huge. And the greatest thing about it is that Billings has had it forever and ever, and it's just grown and
I've
grown
watched
and
it grow over the years. It's been so impressive.
Yes.
So what about for the women's run? What if a group of ladies came in on, say, Friday before the Saturday women's run?
Oh yes, that would be great for them. Get a good recovery in from all your training that you've done before you go the next day, and then even after that, come in and see us because we want you to recover from that.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
As a replay or revisit, Cindy Grant talking about the Flex account and how to use it through Into Cryotherapy in Billings, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 204. Into Cryotherapy, intocrio.com.